Welcome to Growth Matters, Business Insights and Tech Trends. My name is Justice. We talk about business, technology, and current affairs. So enjoy, sit back, and then relax. It's time you having with me as we have this great conversation. Today's show is talking about financing solutions for small business. Our guest today is, as we're celebrating Women's History Month, is Kayla Drelick She's an Assistant Vice President, Branch Manager at M&T Bank. Kayla will share what are some of the financing options available to small businesses. Welcome to the show, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah. Could you just share a little bit about your background for our listening audience today?
Perfect. So I have been in banking for 18 years now. Started as a teller and worked my way up and just really enjoyed helping my customers in my community. And my team will laugh every time I come back from a business appointment. I'm cheering and smiling and so excited to share the great ideas people have and the passion they have to start their projects and their businesses. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's all good stuff. Yeah, because today we're going to talk about some financial solutions for small businesses. How would you describe the services that M&T provide to help small businesses?
Okay, so we like to take a relationship-based approach. M&T always says that we're a community bank at scale. So we're the 10th largest bank. However, every state operates under their own community structure. So you will get that feel of a small local bank. Personally, I go out to all my businesses at least once a year, get to see the business owner, hear what changed, because if I ask you what changed since the last time I've seen you, I'm sure it's a lot.
Yeah, that's right. Great. So what are some of the, small businesses, they have to manage these three concerns, the guidance that will help them avoid fees, better manage their spending, and improve their business credit score. I mean, what are some of the things, as M&T or financial, banking institutions, what are some of the skills and services you would help them with and share to give them insight to better manage their money?
Personally, I make sure I hear the story. I want to know how you got here, what challenges you faced, what the ultimate goal is, long-term, short-term, and who's on your team. You need to have a really good business plan and projections if you're just starting, and who is in your corner. So you don't want to work with someone that isn't advising you properly for taxes. Sometimes we have businesses come and they say, what should I report on my taxes? Well, you should report what is actually there. And then we could lend based on that. You just be honest with your banker. We're here to help and just help your business grow. And we can't if we don't know what's going on. Another part is I always hear, my credit's great. Maybe it's not, and that's fine. We'll come up with a plan prior to running your credit, which would then have a negative effect. So just be ready to have an open, honest relationship with your banker. Also, find a bank or banker that is the right fit for you. Make sure they're in your community or they give back to the community. If they're saying, what are you going to do for me? That's probably not the bank you want to be with. So, and as far as avoiding fees, again, be honest. What's your cash flow like? How do you pay people? These are all important questions to make sure you're in the right product.
Okay.
And it's not a one-size-fits all.
Yeah. Now, when you talked about credit, are you pulling their personal credit? Or are they looking at the business credit? Because I know there's, as far as the personal credit goes up to 850, but I guess business credit from 0 to 100. Could you kind of share a little bit about that, please?
So depending on your length in business, we do look at both. And someone that has a very strong personal credit, we kind of can fit them into more lending products. And then also it's important that you establish business credit. At M&T Bank, our business credit cards are first run on your personal credit, and then it helps build your business credit as you're using it. So it's important to ask that question to your banker before they run your credit. As far as business lending goes, line lines of credits, term loans. The business credit is looked at, and then the personal credit. And then also your industry, if there's certain risks involved, if it's a heavy cash business, things like that, that is all taken into effect when they're making the decision on lending.
And so that also affects if they're going to extend lines of credit as well.
Yes. So it's not just what's your credit, it's your revenue, length of business, industry type. And again, ask the question, and hopefully who you're dealing with can answer. If not, maybe go somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah, all right. That's some good tips right there.
Very much so.
For a small business, what do you think, how much they should have in the bank? If as a small, how much money should they have? Is it balanced between checking and savings? What's a average number you would like a small business to have?
That's a very interesting question. It's definitely based on their business. I've seen business owners, they're putting all of their income or revenue right away into investing. Then they don't have any capital. The bank is going to ask, do you have any capital? Do you have skin in the game? Especially if you're a new business. If they're going to give you $100,000, are you going to put $10,000? They're going to ask, and rightfully so. And even the SBA is going to ask, if they are looking to guarantee part of your loan, what's your financial status? So I caution a lot of business owners, don't put your profit in your wallet, put it in your account, and make sure your business is up and running. Talk to a CPA, see if you should be a 1099 employee or if you should get a W-2, because I know you start a business looking to make a profit, but the business has to be profitable before you are.
So they probably got to wait a couple of years. That's a good point. Do you go the tax person can help you versus 1099 versus a W-2, because how much taxes you pay, then how you got to track it.
Correct. And I've seen customers come in and they have all their money in their pocket, and I'm like, what are you paying yourself? Oh, I'm not. I just take the money. Oh, okay. So how are we paying for all these expenses? You should have a profit and loss statement. Again, I'm a banker. That's not my forte, but I could tell you if you don't have it, you should have someone else on your team that can help you with that. I also always tell business owners, stick with what you know.
Yeah, okay.
If your forte is cooking, stick to the cooking and hire people to figure out everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's really important, because you got to have the financial records, the documentation, because that's what you're going to be reviewing, looking at the profit and loss statements. If we can lend you money, if it's a micro loan or whatever type loan, how you fit into the services that's offered. Okay, that sounds good.
Right. It's not one size fits all, but it is.
Okay. All right. Well, how does banks help small businesses grow?
So actually, that is my tagline on LinkedIn, helping businesses grow. I like to hear where you are and what your goals are. I personally look at shopping at my customers, and if I go there, I post them on LinkedIn. I'm always trying to network my customers with other customers and just really focusing on that. Right now, the bank looks at their customers for advertising for the bank. So we're reaching for our customers, hey, do you want to be on a commercial? So we help there. And then also capital, working capital. If you want your business to grow, you need to have money. When you go to bid on a job, if you don't have enough funding to cover the materials, you're going to be set back. So it's best to have a line of credit in place. And that's how I think M&T helps businesses grow. We help make sure you have your line of credit, your business credit card, and then when you're bidding on a job or looking to buy equipment, let's put you in a fixed term loan. And let's make sure we have a plan to help you grow financially and not get more in the hole.
Okay. Well, that leads into my next question in this conversation. Should a small business have multiple bank accounts?
I think so. And I'm not even opposed to having multiple banks. Hopefully no one's hearing that. But it's good to have your payroll and your expenses in one account and your profit in another. We right now have a business money market. It's 4.5%.
Okay.
That's great. Put your extra money in there. You're not using it. And same as I would tell a consumer, a retail customer, don't keep such a high balance in an account that's not getting interest. It's not working for you.
Okay. Oh, good. So do you help review those types of things with the business owner to explain, looking at their current financial situation, where the money's, how it's spent and divided?
I do. Every business owner, I ask, how do you accept payments? How do you make payments? How do you structure your accounts currently? And what are you comfortable with? Someone that likes to do everything out of one account, it might take a little while to kind of get them acclimated, and it might take a little more hand-holding. But if you tell your banker, they should be able to do that for you. And again, if they don't, come see me, I will.
Great. And what about for people, certain businesses, they do cash sales as well as they take credit, debit cards. How would you, what suggestions you would have for them as well? Because, there's two different types of transactions. A point of sale transaction.
Correct. Make sure you get quotes prior to signing. I see a lot of times people will be bombarded with different vendors. We have a merchant product for you. Make sure you know the details. See when the money will hit your account. Don't sign a contract unless you know what's in that contract and how much you're going to pay. The M&T Bank, we do have a dedicated customer service line for our merchant, and we even have a rep that will come out and take care of that for you. And just make sure you price your product properly. You don't want to be the vendor that is charging your customer for using a card. That's not necessarily a great experience for them, and you might have some legal issues there. So whether you're charging cash or credit, just make sure you're fairly pricing it for the customer and for you.
Okay. Now, now the age we're in, digital age and apps, and we got Cash App, Zelle, and Venmo.
All of it.
Yeah. How would you handle those? If you had a small business that used a couple of those apps, would that be the same or different? Or?
Again, I would talk to my CPA and make sure that I'm reporting it properly. And talk to your merchant provider. We just launched a great product that's similar to Venmo. It goes right on your phone. You don't need to pay for a terminal or a screen. So there are options out there. You just need to do your due diligence and just err on the side of caution. What happens if something goes wrong? Are you going to get someone in Venmo or Square on the phone? Just protect yourself.
Okay, good. Is there anything else I've omitted that you would like to share today with our listening audience?
I would just want to drive home again. Make sure you're reporting your income and things properly. The bank does look at that, and that's how we kind of decide how much you are able to get from a lending standpoint. And it will just save you the hassle of going back later. And make sure your team is on your team.
All right. Make sure your team is on your team.
Right? Well, your banker should be checking in with you. Your CPA should be leading you down the right path, asking you questions. Your merchant provider should be making sure things are working. And if not, you can shop around. You're in charge of your own business.
Hey, all right. That's good advice. Well, thank you so much for being our guest today. And I just want to say thank you again for talking about this essential conversation for small businesses, financing, what they need to do to help grow their business. Because business, that's what they're in business, to make profit, to grow, provide jobs, and tax money back to the community and help their community. I just hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I recorded it. Yes, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with the wider community. Until the next time, check out our past episode. I'll see you then. Peace. I am your host, Justice Riggins.